to the honourable member for Werriwa.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is for the Minister for the National Disability Insurance Scheme. How will the Albanese Labor government's tax cuts for every Australian taxpayer benefit those working in the disability sector? How is the government getting the NDIS back on track to deliver benefits for people with a disability and their loved ones and supporters?
Give the call to the Minister for the National Disability Insurance Scheme and the Minister for Services Australia.
One of the biggest groups amongst the 13.6 million Australian taxpayers who are going to benefit from Labor's tax cuts on the 1st of July are the hard-working people in the disability sector. Most recent numbers indicate there's about 398,000 people who work in the NDIS area. The vast majority, probably about 90%, earn less than $100,000. 79% of these disability workers are women, 40% are casuals, and 45% of the people who look after our Australians with severe disabilities are over 45. Now, the award wage for a disability support worker level 2, which is one of the most common occupation categories, these people earn $35 an hour. Thank goodness Labor got elected in 2022. They've had about 11.2% movement in their award wages. They earn about $63,000 a year, and because of Labor's bigger, better, fairer tax cuts, they're going to get $1,292 extra in the next year. Now, if you're a disability support worker level 4, which is about $44 an hour, you're going to get $2,000 approximately in lower taxes. So we're seeing that for the disability sector, the vast majority of them, they're very lucky that Labor has developed the tax cut plan that we have.
Order.
The other group who I haven't mentioned so far are allied health professionals.
Order.
Many of the allied health professionals, especially in their early years, don't earn much more than $120,000 a year if they're lucky, but an occupational therapist who might have been working for several years in the NDIS, they're going to get over $3,000 in tax cuts. This is all very good news, but this is on top of the changes we're making to the NDIS generally. Now, I do acknowledge that the opposition is making the right noises about working with us to improve the performance of the NDIS. We look forward to bringing forward the first tranche of legislation in the autumn session. Our aim in the NDIS is to make sure that it's here to stay for future generations, to make sure that it is true to purpose and every dollar gets through to the people for whom it was designed. We want to make the NDIS a more humane experience. We want to make it an experience which is less bureaucratic, and we certainly want to evict the shonks from the industry. The NDIS was created to look after Australians with the most severe and permanent disabilities. What we're going to do by ensuring that it's true to purpose is, for the first time, help start building out what we call foundational services, working with my colleague, the Minister for Social Services. The Prime Minister and the Premiers had a real breakthrough where we got state governments to step up with us to provide services outside the NDIS. But one thing's for sure, if you're a disability support worker in Australia, the Labor tax cuts are the best way to go, and we thank you very much for your work for the disabled.
Order.